The Little Lighthouse in Tulsa is a nonprofit that has helped thousands of children with special needs since they started in 1972. We visited with them to find out how they do it.
The Little Lighthouse was started 52 years ago by our founder, Marcia Mitchell, and Cheryl Poole, and they both had daughters who had special needs. When we started the Little Lighthouse, the founder's daughter had a vision impairment, but really quickly we started serving more than just kids with vision impairments, and so we serve kids with all kinds of special needs, from very mild to severe, really anything in between. And so we serve, I think this year we have 92 different diagnoses that we're serving. I've worked here for about 20 years, and over the years, the reason I continue and the reason why I stay is because I just see these families change, you know, going from a place of having a kid with special needs and maybe being discouraged, but then turning that around and seeing the hope that they end up having for their kids and believing in them. Hope is something that I think everybody in this world needs, and when I can literally see us putting it into our families, it's just the Little Lighthouse is a wonderful place. And I love it.
Ethan will be 6 in May. He's been on the waiting list of the Little Lighthouse since he was 2 months old when we received his diagnosis. He did a 1.5 years in the early intervention program, and he's on his 3rd full-time year at Little Lighthouse.
The kids, when they join our waiting list, after that they start off in our Family Learning Center, which is our Mommy and Me style program where we're teaching our parents to work with our kids 1 day a week. Then they transition into our Developmental Center, which is like a full-time preschool style program, but we're a developmental center, so we do a lot more than a preschool. And then they're usually in that for a few years, and then after that they transition into public schools, or some choose to homeschool. It's really whatever the families choose. Our core values are faith, innovation, celebration, community, and hope. And from the minute the kids walk in the doors, we are really pouring all of those out. So we celebrate the kids as they walk in the building. And so one of our main goals is we really want the kids to leave here feeling the sense of value. We want them to know that they're worth it, that they are loved, and that they can do amazing things.
I love Little Lighthouse. I think we are in a really unique community where we can see God's image in every single child that walks through our doors. My favorite part is really being an ambassador and advocate for our community we serve, because you don't know what you don't know. And here I feel like I have the opportunity to not only share to our donors, our community, our volunteers, how special these children are, but truly that God made them in His image, and they are just kids being kids, doing regular kid things, and how special it is, and to bring them a part of their community, to not be afraid to approach their family, to learn more, to play with that child. Just come alongside and make this community stronger, make our bubble bigger. We say Little Lighthouse is a bubble here of celebration, of joy, of faith and hope. But my goal working here is to make that bubble bigger and to bring our community even larger and grow our community together. So we get our revenue in various forms, but the big thing I can say is it's the community of Tulsa coming alongside us in donating their generosity to Little Lighthouse. We're 52 years old, and it's the community of Tulsa that continues to show up through foundations, through our events, through individual giving, through our grants that we apply to. So we have various revenues of income, but I would have to say the big thing is the generosity of Tulsa. Tulsans can give just by going to our website and clicking Donate Now. They can call us over the phone. If they have a grant or a foundation that they want us to apply to, just call us and let us know. There's various ways of giving through our monthly giving channels, sponsoring our events, but also just individual giving. A big thing we rely on here at Little Lighthouse is our volunteers. We see over 1,200 volunteers each year at Little Lighthouse, and if you cannot give a monetary donation, you can give us your time, and that is equally worthy here at Little Lighthouse. The volunteers make a huge impact, and we can't do our jobs here without our volunteers. Our foundation is built off volunteers, so if they can't give monetary, they can volunteer for an event, they can volunteer in a classroom. We look for retired teachers, retired therapists, but even if you're just more clerical, we would love to have you on the admin team.
Without Little Lighthouse, we wouldn't have been able to meet most of the families and friends that we know now. Until you really become a parent to a child with special needs, you're not really exposed to what we're exposed to. So it is an unspoken understanding amongst all the parents. We don't have anybody in our family that has a disability. So when Ethan got his at 2 months old, we didn't know what we were walking into, what the journey would turn into. My son has a pretty rare brain disorder, and we've only met 3 other people that have the same brain disorder. It's kind of neat to be able to mentor or guide or share information with some of these families that we would have never met if it wasn't for the school. There's 92 different diagnoses that they treat or work with here. And it's hard to find a place to where a parent trusts, especially because my son has 14 words in his vocabulary. So here they understand him, they know how to work with him. And the community that the families build, the parents, the children, everybody, you don't get that anywhere else.
They are loved here by every single staff member and every single volunteer. I've never seen a more hope-filled group of people in my life than our staff. They really do love these kids with all their hearts.
They love Ethan here. They love him just as much as I do. And that makes me happy.
To donate, volunteer, or find out more information, visit littlelighthouse.org.